Hi, I'm Yasmina and welcome to Btube. I'm here today at the Mumpreneur Conference 2014 with my good friend Annabelle Carmel. Welcome, Annabelle.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be taking your questions from social media about all things to do with business, specifically about becoming a mumpreneur.
Well, it was what happened to me in my own life. I had a little girl called Natasha, and I was over the moon having a daughter. It took me 2 years to get pregnant. And unfortunately, when she was 3 months old, she got an infection and she died. And my whole world fell apart. And I knew then that I wanted to work with children, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do until my second child was born. Nicholas. He was the world's worst eater. And I felt very vulnerable as a mother who had a child who died and then a child who won't eat. And I thought the one thing you can control as far as your child's health is concerned is what they eat. And I'd always loved cooking and food. And so I was running a large playgroup and every mother said to me, they were using my recipes, I was giving them out to all the mums, you should write a book about feeding children. And I thought about it and I thought it'd be a great legacy to Natasha and a sort of therapy to help me get over her death. And I wrote my book, The Complete Baby and Toddler Meal Planner.
I've got two very young children, right, 3 and 2, and I've got a very busy business world. You know, the days when they're poorly sick and I have to commit to a particular meeting that has been in the diary for months and I can't cancel, so I have to leave the nanny at home when they're poorly, that really wrenches at my heart. So the compromises I think I have to make with the children, it's rare that I have to, you know, let them down when they're really poorly, but that kind of stuff really gets me, and I wish that there was a solution, but there just isn't a solution because there are only so many hours in the day and we all do as best we can.
I kind of had a mentor. What I did was I employed a non-exec, somebody who'd worked at Kerry Foods for 20 years and had come across all the challenges that we were coming across. At first I thought, like, will that be enough for me to talk to him about? And you know what? Every time I had a problem, he was so helpful because he'd been through it and he was such a good source of information, and he knew people higher up in supermarkets, and it was amazing. And I would honestly, I would say to people, once your business gets a certain size, get a non-exec.
I've been really lucky because I've had two great kind of famous mentors in my life, so Lord Sugar and James Caan, and both of them have helped me in my career by providing inspiration, really. So watching them in their day jobs, they're both fantastically inspirational men, and it really pushes you on further to do more with your career because you can actually see it firsthand of how to be very successful.
I wish I'd gone into the food business earlier, but I was so scared. There's all these giants, you know, the Cow & Gates and the Heinz. And when I did eventually go into the food business, it was only because I hadn't really been proactive. Marks & Spencer's rang up and asked me to design their children's food range in the year 2000. Did that for 2 years. Then I worked with Boots, who asked me to design a range of food for them. And they both worked quite well. And then I thought, how am I going to do it myself? So I hired a consultant, found a factory, and then I kind of got cold feet and I went to Premier Foods and I said, maybe we should do it together. But they basically said, if you work with us, you've lost all control, we're going to do everything. And I thought, hang on a minute, this is the only brand I have. And I love this brand, no one's going to love it more than me. I want to do it myself. So I went to all the different supermarkets and I pitched myself, and I won this pitch in Sainsbury's. And we started to produce food in 2006. Now we're the service brand in Sainsbury's, about to go into Tesco. We've got a huge new business that's opening in Australia, and it's amazing.
Wow.
It's fantastic. And it all started off with one book. Research. Do research your market, because it's no good making the most fabulous thing and then you go to a buyer and says no one's going to buy it at that price. There is a ceiling price at which people will buy something, and you don't need to get a patent and all those kind of things which are really expensive. Also, if you're working from home, what we often forget to do is to get home business insurance, and you must do that if you're going to start your office from home.
Absolutely vital.
Yeah.
It is difficult, but you have to understand that if you're going to move your business on, you have to let other people in, really, and you have to trust other people. And it's difficult, like you said earlier, you know, it's your baby, and you feel very protective of it. But a good leader is somebody that can relinquish control and hire the right people to push that part of the business forward. But it's a learning curve. You know, you have to remember that you're not going to be able to relinquish control overnight, but you have to train yourself to be able to do it.
But once you trust them, you can. I've got people that work with me that, honestly, they'll do a job better than I would do it. I'd say, you go and do that.
And that's the ideal, right? You hire people that are better than you and to drive your business forward. Thanks for watching. If you want more videos, subscribe. You can like or comment below. For more resources, go to btubenetwork.com.